Hi there, people. Here I am once again, this time ready to explain the control of the endocrine system over the female's reproductive system. Here we can see the ovary, the female's gonad. Let's go little by little showing what's happening in this process. The hypothalamus, working as the sensory organ, senses the levels of both estrogen and the progesterone in the bloodstream. And therefore, when these two hormones are low, in a feedback mechanism, negative feedback mechanism, they alert the hypothalamus so that it will be releasing this gonadotropic releasing hormone. Remember that each one of the releasing hormones is going to be having the specific name of its target organ. This time, the female's gonad being the target organ. The gonadotropic hormone is released into the bloodstream and reaches directly the anterior pituitary lobe. The anterior pituitary lobe is now ready to release two different hormones, FSH and LH. FSH standing for follicular or follicle stimulating hormone. This is a follicle. This follicle has to maturate under the presence of this stimulating hormone because within its inside an ovum is being prepared to be released. The LH hormone, the luteinizing hormone, it is needed in order to transform these cells that surround the follicle after the ovum has been released into what we call the corpus luteum. In Spanish, we refer to this as a yellow body. Why do we refer to this as a yellow body? Because if you see the color, the type of a tissue, it's a yellowish type of a tissue. This tissue won't be needed anymore. It's going to be reabsorbed by the cells in the gonad, and it will be eventually destroyed. Okay, what are we seeing in detail? When the follicle stimulating hormone is released, I repeat, the follicles start maturating. Within the inside of the follicle, an primary oocyte, too many details possibly, an oocyte is preparing for its release. The cells, as I've just said, surrounding this oocyte, this ovum that will be eventually released, are transformed by the presence of the luteinizing hormone into this corpus luteum. All that we are seeing here is referred to as the ovarian cycle. Two very important things to be stressed out are going to be mentioned right now. As the follicle is maturating, the cells in the follicle are responsible for the secretion and release of the estrogen. As the corpus luteum is being produced, progesterone is going to be released. We will be seeing in the next slide how estrogen and progesterone are related to this second event in the female's reproductive system identified as the uterine cycle. Anyhow, stressing out what we see in these arrows. We're seeing here a negative, a feedback mechanism. when the estrogen and the progesterone levels in blood are high, this is targeting the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland for them to stop secreting gonadotropic releasing hormone, FSH, and LH. Which hormone will be secreted then by the hypothalamus instead of the releasing hormone? The inhibiting hormone. And under the presence of the inhibiting hormone, the pituitary gland will be ready to stop secreting FSH and LH.